Hey everybody, Adam here, and back with a little more Legacy. Specifically, back with a little more Black Depths. So the last time we played this a couple of weeks ago on stream, I had mentioned that I thought the Pithing Needles main were not really a thing you needed to have, and that what I would rather have are copies of Karn the Great Creator. So I worked up this list, riffing off of the list that we played, which was the top performing list from the challenge the weekend before. So if you missed that list, the big differences there are copies of Pithing Needle, copies of Expo Map, and so as such, I have switched down, cut a copy of Expedition Map. I have cut all 4 copies of Needle, moving 1 to the side. The 4th Expo Map also lives in the side now, and then we jammed in some Karn the Great Creators, and also the Cabal Coffers that was previously in the sideboard got moved main, and that allowed us to have a couple copies of Helm that we can wish for with Karn as another combo piece. We have full 4 Leyline of the Void, 2 Plague Engineer, the Eye of Ugin Emrakul package. This was originally part of a package with Cabal Coffers. I think Coffers is just fine on its own, and then we can always board in Emrakul Eye of Ugin if it's good. So in addition to the Expo Map and the Needle, we also have a Liquid Metal Coating, a Torpor Orb, and a Mycosynth Lattice as Karn wish targets. So obviously, this is another win condition that we can get with Karn if we don't have a Douthie Voidwalker in play, but have access to a bunch of mana and an unchecked Karn. We can just win the game by making a Lattice. Torpor Orb to try to bully stuff like Death and Taxes and various things of that nature. Liquid Metal Coating, just another part of the Karn package that lets us kind of grind with Karn, slowly whittle our opponent down. If we want something with Karn that is going to gain us a game advantage, but we don't necessarily have the resources to Lattice or Helm kill. So that's a pretty cool thing. I was previously thinking about it, and I think this deck is supposed to have a Mirage Mirror sideboard. Tonight I will not be playing it. If we come to a point where we have a Dark Depths, a Karn, and Mirage Mirror mana, I will make note of it, because I do think that Mirage Mirror is easily something that fits in a Karn package, maybe instead of the Helm. Somebody previously mentioned on YouTube that this Emrakul package was just like kind of bad, that they'd been also playing the deck and it just wasn't really that good. So maybe we can cut Emrakul Eye of Ugin, get maybe like another Plague Engineer or something, and then get our Mirage Mirror. But I think that an artifact that combos with the card Dark Depths is very good. So I think that that is something worth evaluating. Kind of what I thought is that Karn wishing for map lets us go find either half of Depths combo off of Karn, given we have the other half, either a Hex Mage or a Depths or a Stage. And if we have none of those things, and for some reason we still find ourselves wishing for map, we can just get a Saga. So that's always pretty rad. So that is tonight's deck list. This is, again, just a riff on the 75 that won the challenge a couple of weeks ago. I don't feel like I'm reinventing the wheel here. This is just kind of mashing together the mono black Helm deck that's already floating around with the Black Depths list. So without any further ado, let's kick this pig and get into this league. I do appreciate everyone joining tonight. Plenty of ways you could choose to spend your Thursday. I'm grateful that you've chosen to spend it with me. For those of you who are somehow finding the stream for the first time, hello, welcome. I am Adam from Grand Rapids, Michigan. On this channel we play mostly Eternal Magic. That means Legacy, Vintage, Pauper, Cube, things of that nature. Speaking of Cube, we are currently planning to play some Cube. Yikes, this is really close. I have so many lands now, right? There has to be... Like, this has to be good. This seems so good. I'm going to keep it. I will be upset about it later. This is like a slightly awkward first land, but not the most awkward first land. Windswept Heath Pass. Never didn't have friends. Urborg. Thoughtseize. Yep. Okay, I didn't... So, opponent is some sort of, like... Probably 5-color noodle pile. I'm not saying they have black in their deck, but like it feels like they probably do. Urza Saga, sure. Expo map. I mean, Brainstorm resolves. If we just draw the natural depths here, I'm gonna feel like the just biggest genius on planet Earth. Show me a removal spell. Okay. I'm gonna take Brainstorm. I think most of your hand is bad, friend. Cards I would be interested in are called Dark Depths or Dark Ritual. Abundant Growth, yes. No longer Nice Fang, no longer this. Taiga you played. Let's go! Force of Will pitches Ponder. I have a feeling this is Ice Fang Coatl. This is indeed Ice Fang Coatl. Okay. Abundant Growth is gone. We now don't know any of the cards in our opponent's hand. There's another Coatl. Sure. Okay. Put this Shadow Spear into play. Crack map. Go grab Dark Depths. Play Dark Depths. Play Hex Mage. That's another Ice Fang Coatl. Sure. Oh, we came to party tonight, Noah. Opponent, oops. I have a Shadow Sphere. Am I getting 20 life? I'm getting 20 life. I understand. Sure. Okay. Opponent is miles off Field of the Dead. That's a grist. Okay. Sure thing. Okay. Duffy down. Baby. Like, opponent is hemorrhaging resources, and I have Karn. In my sideboard is the card Helm of Obedience. We're gonna give opponent the business. That was incorrect. I think this lost opponent the game. Okay. Please don't attack. Please think that you can block. Okay. Well, I'm sad about it, but I guess it happens. That's fine. Cool. Well, that's dope. I'm gonna start by attacking Grist. Okay. Yeah, you can, like, that's fine. You can shuffle me, I don't care. Okay, so this Karn is dead. This is no longer a plan. Sure. Douthy Voidwalker gets in. Here's Dark Confidant. Here's where we shift Shadow Spear. Will 100% block Insect token? Yes. Resolves. Opponent is in not a good way. I have this Dark Confidant. There's a real likelihood I was supposed to just leave Shadow Spear, just not choke my mana. Yeah. Yep. It's it turns out, Noah, that when all of your cards are good, anything wins the game. You just sneeze at your opponent, and they're like, yeah, fine, I'm dead. I think the biggest difference, too, is that Legacy players are much more willing to just concede. They're like, yes, I am aware that I am dead. That's fine. You got. This sucks. I will take my Bob Trigger. Sure, sure. I will play this Cabal Coffers. I'm gonna pass. I'm just gonna take some cards with Dark Confidant. This is the kind of deck 100% that just can't do anything about the Emrakul garbage. Does your deck contain the card Green Sun Zenith? It feels like it should, But I hadn't seen... Oh, it's just another Uro. I don't care about that. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Field of the Dead finally does things. Okay. But yeah, no, it turns out that, like, you can win games of Magic with basically anything. This is another Uro. Yep, that's fine. I have 5 swamps right now, so tap 3 lands to make 5. That's Karn, +1, 3, 4, 5. That's almost Lattice. Nope, we're fine. I'm gonna bob. Okay, okay. What? Opponent's deck contains the card Skylasher, I guess. I guess we'll take 2. Okay. I mean, fair. Opponent said that Skylasher is their anti-Delver deck, and I'm like, I mean, yes, but... Friends, this card dies to Lightning Bolt. Reconsider. Like, this card is already good against Delver, and does not die to Lightning Bolt. Correct. That's very good. I hope opponent doesn't realize how good. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can hold off on this. This idiot has first strike. So hear me out. We just make a Marit Lage and equip this Shadow Spear and stare at our opponent. I'm in. Correct. That's how that works. I needed to wait for them to waste me. I've probably just killed myself by not waiting for them to waste. Yori in the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a reclaimer, sure. Karn? Not Karn, we lose. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I want Emrakul, I want Ayavugan. In wanting Emrakul and Eye of Ugin, like, this is good-ish. I think since I'm boarding in a win condition, I can cut a win condition. I think I'm going to cut the Karn. Right? Cut a Karn. And then I need to cut one more card. I think I'll shave like a Dark Ritual. I don't think I need to be as explosive because I think that in most circumstances a long game actually favors me, especially now that this is in my deck. I mean, we didn't really sign up to play against goofy Yorion pile. Like Blue Yorion. Especially not featuring Taiga. I think Taiga is there for Blast, but yeah, I think the answer here is we could cut Shadow Spear. I think this is also very good. There's also a talk to bring in Engies. Like, Engineer seems actually excellent because it wipes the idiot birds out of the way. I just don't know what I cut if we're wiping. We'll just keep. Wild. This hand does everything. It also does nothing. No respect. Opponent has no respect. There's abundant growth, sure. Okay. New 1-mana red spell? Question mark? Is this a lightning bolt joke? Because I feel like this is a lightning bolt joke. Yeah. So hear me out. Do you see this card? I will flash an opposition agent. You tell me if it's good. I mean, yeah. Do you, like... You keep telling me about Lightning Bolt, but do you see all the dumb things they let me do in this format? It's absurd. I'm in. Things I'm interested in include... Bayou? Because Bayou is actually useful. Oh, that's so good. This was supposed to be a duress. Cullen, am I seeing you on Saturday? Both at House Rules and at City Built's Bridge thing? Taiga, sure. Uro, you got it. Snow-covered plains, yes. I mean, it's fine. Does Wasteland look like it's bothering me here? I'm telling you the answer is no. That was incorrect. Yeah. Opponent forgot about the opposition agent. Sick. The value. Okay. Cool. So in game 2, I think I'm going to slow down a little bit. Or game 3, I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to cut my Dark Rituals, bring back in the Karn, and bring in Engineers to mop up birds. That's fine. We have a plan, friends. We have a plan. This is truly unfortunate. Travis, this is Mono Black Depths, like I played a couple weeks ago, but now with Karn involved in the process. Okay. Yep. So, at the end of the stream a couple of weeks ago, I decided that I wanted Karn in Black Depths. And so I cut the needles. I mean, yeah, it resolves. So, Force Will's gone, Misty's gone, you have Ponder Wasteland. This is bad for me, but not, like, unbeatable. Yeah. Unclear as to why Taiga went over Misty there. It's just a weird way to play that out, I suppose, but... There's the Ponder gone. I mean, Chris, I will have to disagree. Dark Ritual greater than Lightning Bolt. It's not close. Dark Ritual's busted. Bolt is fine. Opponent is letting me continue to play Magic. That's very kind of them. I don't know why opponent's letting me continue to play Magic, but they are. And that is very sweet of them. Expo map? Dress? Oh, okay. Oh, that's red. Very cool, Travis. Okay. So opponent's hand is bad. I am gonna grab... I can't grab Depth, so I guess I'm grabbing Saga. But yes, Travis, there's definitely potential for that in the future. That would be really cool. And congrats on second shift. That's pretty rad. To everyone just joining, hello, welcome. I'm Adam from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Tonight we are playing Mono Black Depths, but with Karn this time. Specifically Karn the Great Creator. So a couple of weeks ago I played the challenge-winning Mono Black Depths list, and I wasn't super in love with the full configuration. The deck is good, but like I kept staring at Pithing Needle going, why are you here? So ultimately what I ended up doing was cutting the needles. Abundant Growth is fine. Cutting Pithing Needle and moving in on Karn the Great Creator. Moving one Pithing Needle to the sideboard, one Expo map to the sideboard as a wish target, and just giving ourselves a broader range. I don't understand what happened here. This is dope. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna say go. I have no idea what the plan is for Sunday yet, to be perfectly honest with you. I know I want to do something different than I have been, but I haven't decided. This feels rad. Like, these weird dark ritual shells are absolutely things that I love. But I am not, like, set in stone on it or anything crazy. Omnath is fine. I don't care. Draw a card, sure. It's a 3/3. I don't really want to lose this. I'll just take 3 here. Dece. Expo map. Dark Depths. Oh, Greg, this has been going on for a long time. Abundant Growth is fine. I mean, that's fair, Travis. Light from the Loam, also good Magic card. Opponent is now unnoticed. They can never tap this Caracas ever again. They fetch, get another land, make a bunch of mana, put in the idiot. Yeah, grab and play Orion. well, that's dumb and doesn't matter, sure. Yeah, sure, fine. They don't have another land. What a wild and crazy party. Yeah, that's also fine. There's our land, okay. I mean, I'm at 5, yes. Yes. Uro escapes, sure. This is so good. I just needle Caracas and opponent rotates away their fort. I don't understand. I can just take 6. Okay. I mean, Yokel, I would believe you, but opponent is not playing like they have PE. Resolves. I'm gonna make. If they give me 20 life, they give me 20 life. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Whee! Sick. Alright, so there's round one. Beating Yori and Zenith. Let's go. Yeah, so we absolutely could have gone for Lattice, but they had board advantage. This is not a, like, primo hand, but I think I'm keeping it. Yeah, so, Yokel, what I did here is I took the... Their hand is bad. I can't play this Dark Depth if their hand is bad. I'm developing my saga first, which is so good for me. Yeah, so Greg, this is the, Harris Heller Stream Beats. I listen to their music frequently because their whole thing is that they make music for content creators that they don't charge royalties for. They have to P-Fire now or they don't get to. What a wild and crazy party. They've instead opted for crop rotation. They had double rotation. Okay, sure. I'm now at 22. This is unfortunate. Okay. Do I have anything here? No? I'm going to assert dominance here. I want opponent to play like I have Edict. They will not. Okay. Got it. Okay. Things we need to beat. Their graveyard. Enter Leyline of the Void. Get in here. I will cut 4 copies of Thoughtseize because they don't particularly matter. This is like fine, but not good. Yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, and that's the thing they do, right? So lands, when they realize that when land says you're less interactive, I'm just going to go ahead and try to meme you, they just rotate for a quick 20/20. This card is going to be good. I just need to actually resolve this and we win. Rotate. Okay. Wow. Opponent just had a monster hand against us. That's atrocious. It's equipped 2. 1 makes your permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof and indestructible. It is equipped 2. Yeah, and I was that is the argument I had in my head, was do I just wait for them to rotate in order to flash an agent? Yep. So that you are right there, Yokel. That was something that was on my mind, was do I wait for them to rotate or fetch before I flash an agent? And the answer was yes. I was supposed to. My thought process there was, if I get in on a turn they don't have it, I then equip to agent and push myself above 20. So if they stitch it together naturally, I don't care. But it turned out that they had the rotation on the spot. Here's a 20/20. Good game. So it was more, which one of these things do I want to play around? Do I want to play around rotation or against naturally drawn 2020? And I think that if we're, the way that my hand was structured, if we're playing a derpy game, I lose. If we're just playing a derpy nonsense, like both of us stare at each other game, I think I lose the game. I will play first. Yeah, like that's the game, right? Like, which way do you stack this? Like, which way do you want to be okay losing the game? That's fine. Tropical Island End Step Brainstorm feels aggressive. Okay. This is where I'm agent for mana efficiency. I mean, this could just be actual bug, but I would venture a guess that this deck contains Witherbloom combo. I feel like that's the only reason to be bug anymore. Like, opponent aggressive EOT brainstormed and then decayed a map. So it kind of smells like their combo of some sort, and decay was just the thing they found to do with their cards. That's a Narset. Alurin? There's an Uro. This feels like Alurin now. Now that I see Tundra and Decay, like, all of this feels like Alurin. They were very upset about Opposition Agent. Can we don't? Sure. Yeah, Witherbloom combo very good. That's a good Bob. No, I'm pretty sure this is Alurin. This reeks of Alurin. Tundra is the tell. Or not? This could just be a Bant Lone pile, I guess. Sure. I definitely didn't end step like I planned on. I should have a token here. I don't care about this. Opponent's hand is bad. Are you kidding me? This is actually great. Double Hexmage here is hot. I can force the issue at my leisure. I don't need this Bob anymore. That's actually kind of the game plan. This turn it's going to be Karn plus on Expo map go. Because I don't actually need this map for anything. resolves. I'm vaguely interested here in trying to force the issue. Also, I just realized what's going on here. So for anyone who doesn't know, it just clicked in my brain. Lincoln 3. This is Lincoln Baxter the Third. Deece. Yes. Swamp. Okay. So Lincoln Baxter the Third, or Lincoln 3, is the creator of the Top Decked app, and also the inventor of what is known as Dark Lands. I'm gonna grab a Saga here. I don't love it or anything, but we're gonna do it. Hard Force. Got it, got it. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. The lands. Delphi. Okay. This is unfortunate because this gets threshold. I mean, it happens occasionally. I think that we're dead here, but I'm gonna make opponent play like we're dead. As it stands, opponent needs to fetch and activate Cabal Pit. The thing is, Travis, that like when you play Magic Online, you just run into these people because they also just jam leagues. Uh-oh. So, opponent just had me dead there and actually missed it, I think, because we're chatting. If they activate Cabal Pit there before blocks, I just die. This Narset doesn't matter. Get Expo map. Play another Saga. I'm playing in the back foot here, and it's not good for me. Oh, boo! Yep, that'll do it. I don't think I have any out to that. I get attacked for 6 and die. Yikes. Alright. So... Alright, I definitely want ley lines. I think Thoughtseize is a pretty mediocre value. I'd like to be less on the depths plan, so I think I want to go harder for Karn. Alright. But yeah, for anyone who's did not catch this, again, this is Lincoln Baxter III, inventor of Darklands and the creator of the top-decked MTG app. It is my preferred MTG app, which is contentious in my local circle, but I have used Top Deck basically since it launched, in part because I know that Lincoln is a member of the community. Lincoln has been a long-time Legacy player, again, as kind of obvious by him creating Darklands, and as such, like, it was great to have an app that did all the things we needed it to do from a community member. Like, it's just awesome. So I have used Top Deck for a very long time. I still use Top Deck to this day. That's why if any of you have ever gotten a deck list from me, yeah. This is good. If any of you have ever gotten a deck list from me, in conversation, I usually send it as a actual list, because Top Deck allows me to do that, or to send you files. And I know that many people don't use Top Deck, though you should. App is great. It's a slow hand, but I think it's fine. Getting Force of Will. Okay. Back up, Leyline. Two lands matchups in a row is hard. This deck is not designed to beat land style strategies. There's a Force and a Brainstorm in exile currently. Get in with Shadow. You just cast stuff, right? Nope, we can play stuff. Deece. Now we're racing. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. This one ain't searching my library, friend. we have 2 Leyline effects. We have to not lose to Force of Will. That's where we're at. The card we're looking to draw here is Duress. I am very much looking for the card Duress. Yep, this beats Karn, that's fine. Rude. Opponent rotates. Wasteland Ancient Tomb. Sure. Show me the Force, Lincoln. Show me the Force. So we fire it now because opponent has to beat Dauthi, Voidwalker, and Leyline the Void. And I don't think opponent can do it on 2 cards. Deal. I don't know. Nina's asked, do we have one more game? Oh, we do. Neither Lincoln or I remembered if we had another game. Okay, cool. We do. Alright, we're into game 3 with the legendary Lincoln Baxter III. Let's go. We make no changes, we just submit it. There's a conversation to be had about trying to board into the Eye of Ugin Emrakul plan. Because it's 1, surprising, and 2, means that Lincoln can't wasteland wantonly. This ain't it. Okay. Wild. Okay. I'm gonna bottom a Dauthi Voidwalker and pray. I don't think we get better on 5. That is literally the best draw in our deck. It's not close. This Expo map is insane. Voidwalker. Brainstorm is fine. Did we find the force? We found the force, friends! Sylvan Library is fine. Okay. I need Lincoln to not have Black Source. Brave. No, it's actually fine. Because next turn we just map off Ancient Tomb. Oh, nope. Lincoln has Black Source. I'm crazy. This op agent is actually fine. Douthie Voidwalker. We can just aggro beats now, to be perfectly honest. Yep. I was like, we need not to have Black Source. Opponent will always have Black Source. We have an Urborg in play. That's how that game works. Like, Uro isn't a good draw now. Yeah, you're right, Yokel. I wasn't thinking about my Urborg. I was absolutely 100% supposed to map there for Dark Depths. Like, 100%. We were mapping for Dark Depths there. With opponent passing there, holding up all their mana with this active Sylvan Library, I am conscious of the card Endurance. And there's no reason for me to attack my Hexmage into Endurance. This will kill in enough turns for everything to be okay. Resolves. That's a white source. I believe it's... Yep. I think Leyline overrides... Okay. If opponent isn't holding up green, I'm very cool with the whole notion of... Alright. Yeah, I'm cool with attacking with Hexmage if opponent isn't holding up green. Yokel, kind of. So, what this actually is again, Lincoln Baxter is known for playing an archetype called Dark Lands. So this is a bug lands variant, where you are more of a control deck, you are blue heavy. Once upon a time, they were even playing Jace the Mind Sculptor. And the whole notion was that you were kind of doing your thing and had this lands thing eventually. Oh my god. Oh, that's about one of the coolest draws I could have possibly had. Yeah, so again, think of this as like the original version of the now like Bant Loam Piles. Sure. Press down. Okay. Truth be told, I would rather have Opposition Agent up Yokel. I don't think Lincoln has that many copies of Opposition Agent. I would rather be able to flash in my own Opposition Agent. That's fine. Here's my op agent. This is a rotation. I think this is rotation for does anything get me out of this? Hey! Oh dear. Opponent did not mean to tap their Cephalid Coliseum for blue. Big oof. Alright. Well, that was sick. Oh. Yeah, that was very good. This is the longest league we played in a hot minute. It's, we're already pushing 2 hours, and we're only 3 matches in, but this is good. This list feels great. I do think I agree with the person who commented on YouTube. I don't know that the Emrakul is necessary. I think that it's good some of the time, but I don't think it's necessary. But definitely a nice option to have access to. Lincoln, that's fair. GG's. GG's, that was sick. Yeah, so I would, somebody in chat was saying that, like, why don't you map right now while you're not under an opposition agent? It's because, like, if I flash in this opposition agent and it resolves, I probably win the game. And then if it doesn't resolve, then I just map for depths go. That's fair. The thing is, yeah. Yeah, I believe you. I accept. Oh, okay, okay. I will just duress you. We're just getting Enchantress here. This is the card that actually kills us. Everything else is dumb. That's fair. Link and I often feel that way. I'm like, I could go again, and then I look down and it's like midnight or later my time. And I'm like, that seems questionable. So here's the thing. I have 2 cocktails tonight. We're like deep. So I decided to start the stream with an Eagle Rare Old Fashioned, and there's a Hendrix Lunar Mule, London Mule, waiting for me once I finally finish this. So, cheers everyone. We're having a party tonight. Indeed. Partay, Lincoln. So, I don't actually talk about it much, and it probably comes across to a lot of people as, like, highly unusual, but I actually have, like, pretty serious social anxieties. So, one of the issues with that is that as part of my social anxieties, it's difficult for me to... Oh, Travis, there's like 0 chance tonight, friend, but I appreciate it. Paladin... Okay. Yeah, so, like, I have pretty real social anxiety. So when I started streaming, it was very, very difficult for me. It is not normal for me to continue talking and chatting and hanging out with everybody like this. Especially when so many of you are people I'm just meeting. That is unfortunate. So as kind of a part of that process, liquid courage, friends. And I don't drink on a regular basis, but, dive bar for shots. Oh, it really is. It's weird for a lot of those who know me in real life, because the truth is that, like, I worked retail for a very long time. And working retail for a very long time, it is difficult for people to believe that I have difficulty in social situations. But the truth is that I got so used to pretending to deal with that well that I just kind of kept pretending forever. This second on thin ice was truly unfortunate. I might lose because of that second on thin ice. There's no reason for me to continue doing this right now. Opponent gets to do their thing. But having a drink is something I already enjoy, and being able to loosen up and kind of hang out with everybody a little more and be a little more social and be willing and able to talk a little more was kind of huge. I accept. I'm just gonna make this a 4-turn clock, and then next turn we play a second Voidwalker. Because if opponent's build is more traditional, they may be able to Living Wish for Emrakul. We just have 6 now. We can't do anything. Did you already... It's 10, 14, 15. Is this just Emrakul? Yikes. Ivugan, Emrakul... Right. That's the point. Like we just get the Emrakul with the helm. It's fine. Op Agent is definitely less good here. I've done weirder things, Lincoln. I've done weirder things. I think I can shave a couple of Dark Confidants here. I don't think that's the kind of life I'm looking to live. I want more impactful permanence than that. And, like, there's a talk about Plague Engineer. Yes, Op Agent, very good. Just generically, Op Agent, very good. They don't fetch a ton, so that's a thing to consider, but I think it's worth it. I'm considering Engineer just to shut down Enchantress. This is Enchantress. This is like honest to God Enchantress. Alright. Keep. I think we can beat this. Opponent's hand is not good. We just take their acceleration and continue. That's hot. Duress you. I think I'm going to take... Exile target creature. Okay, so this only hits creatures, but it hits, like, most of my creatures. What do I want to do here? I think Parallax Wave is the scariest thing long term. Heath is gone, Sithis is gone. I know 3 of these cards. This is where we start thinking. What's our long-term plan? I'm just gonna play depths and pass. That's where we're at. We're gonna play depths and pass. I know that 3 of opponent's cards don't really do anything at the moment. Yep. Okay. Still the 3 of opponent's cards. That's fine. Karn goes down. Wish. Yes. Wish for coding. Opponent has lost this game. Maybe not. Okay. That's the cast out gone. There we go. Yep. Is there a land I want to get here? Probably not. I can't think of a land that I'm particularly interested in at this present moment. 1, 2... Like, this has some text. That's Enchantress's presence. That's our game plan. Lincoln is just bury them in constructs. Yep. I'm gonna grab a stage here. That sounds really unusual, but I think that having the ability to have one long term is good. This. Their on thin ice is gone. I can make here, make it 3/3, make it a 4/4. Do I want to expose myself to removal spell? I think this is actually good. I mean, I agree with you. Their removal can be instant speed. But I think that the reality is that we want to have... If they have removal, I want to make them use it and spend their mana rather than activating Destiny Spinner. That's fine. Okay. This is unfortunate. The reason this is unfortunate is because they still have the ability to activate Destiny Spinner. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I think I was supposed to make there, now that I think about it. Because if I make there, then get map, then we have a blocker. If I make here, then equip. You got it? Yikes. Can't beat Enchantress. So, and here's the thing. Myself and another local player were discussing this, and I made a like casual kind of passing joke about excuse me. I have to remember the name of the card. Debt to the Kami. I made a casual passing joke about Debt to the Kami, I think that this deck could actually just use Debt to the Kami. Now that black has an enchantment removal spell, the ability to have access to it would be enormous. Not that it saves our Marit Lage there, but it does provide us another alternative. It does provide us at least a blocker, which would have been huge. So, with that said, we are now 2-2. See if we can go ahead and score ourselves a pity chest, get our play points back. Again, I do appreciate everyone joining tonight. There are plenty of ways you could choose to spend your Thursday evening. I'm grateful that you've chosen to spend it with me. So, for those of you who are not regulars of the channel, I do stream Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I usually play Eternal Magic of various sorts. So, Legacy, Vintage, Pauper, Cube. The plan currently is that Saturday at some point there will be a Vintage Cube stream, because boy do I love Vintage Cube. So, I will be playing Vintage Cube while it is up. That would be rad. So that is the game plan. We'll play some Vintage Cube on Saturday. Then we'll be back again next week with some more Legacy of some caliber, and possibly some Vintage. I know a few of you have been bothering me to play some more Vintage. I have been holding off because I know that the Vintage queues right now are problematic. But I do love playing Vintage, and I just saw that Justin Gennari, aka I am actually level 1, just went ahead and played a league with... Yes. Yes. Appreciate it, Lincoln. I really do. We'll see you again soon, friend. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for the games. We're gonna keep this. This is like the loosest of loose, but I'm keeping it. Oh, for sure. And again, Lincoln, thank you for all you do for the community. Like, seriously. Like, I don't think people thank you enough for everything that you have done for the community previously and continue to do for the community. So, thank you again. So, opponent has said, I'm 0-4, does this match matter to you? And I said, it's for my 3-1, but I'd rather play, I'm streaming. So, there you go, friends. Opponent has offered to be kind and concede, but I would prefer to play this match because it is 1, better content, and 2, more fun for me. So, we're going to play this out. Snow-covered forest. Birds of paradise. Sure thing. Brainstorm resolves. Please attempt to fetch. We're gonna be patient this time. Oh, opponent is actual factual Illurin. Our food chain, rather. I will take Tropical Island, I guess. There's the food chain. Opponent says they have a full kill in hand. There's the ballista. Alright, so I'm interested in Plague Engineer. Okay, so I want Plague Engineer. This will take birds. I can probably shave a couple of duress, I think. I'm lying. I think I'm gonna shave Dark Confidant, Horden, Emrakul, Eye of Ugin. I don't think that that's a thing opponent can beat. We're just trying to goldfish here. Turn 1 Expo map. Yeah, you're 100% supposed to fetch while you can. It actually is basically irrelevant here. So Romario, our game plan here is next turn Ancient. Sick. Because our next turn here is Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb is probably going to find Urborg. So, like, we were always playing Stage Tomb on turn 1 and turn 2. And the order is basically irrelevant because we're going to play map, and then if we preserve Ancient Tomb in the event that our opponent is some sort of mad human that is playing Wasteland in their Alurin deck, then we go ahead and Stage will copy a land that actually matters, like a basic of some kind. Ponder's fine. Yep, our game plan here is just to go ahead and quick 2020 them. We're not messing around. This is end step, activate map, get Urborg, because Urborg is our backup plan, and then untap into play Darktap's Pass. We're just goldfishing here. We are like 100% goldfishing. Our deck does not, the hand that we drew does not interact with our opponent's hand. No, I grabbed the wrong land, but that's okay. Yeah, that's a punt. This is supposed to be our board. This smells a lot like opponent has Ice Fang Coatl, which is exactly where it's going to matter that I fetched incorrectly. Sick. It didn't matter. Alright, I don't think we change anything. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep this. This hitting bird is enormous. So opponent feels bad because they mentioned that they didn't realize why they didn't see that I had Depths combo. And I said, don't. I misplayed. I should have grabbed Urborg off that because there was a depths in the opener. And they said that makes me feel worse, and I'm like, don't. I'm playing poorly because I've had too much to drink. And you could have well beaten me because of what I did. Alright, opponent pitches their Uro to Force of Will. Ooh. Okay. This name's Bird. So yeah, pro tip. If you have even accidentally said something rude to an opponent, apologize. Be chill about it. Like, the Eternal Magic community is already gatekept enough. Like, don't be a jerk. There's zero reason for it. Like, Legacy, Vintage, all of the Eternal formats are fantastic. There is zero reason to be an asshole to your opponent. Don't. Like, I can't stress enough to people. I forgot that that's a snake. That's unfortunate. This could kill me. We're gonna just raise opponent. This Magus of the Moon will either do nothing or kill them. Okay. I will take 3. Okay. Griffin Squee. So opponent has said, I have full combo, but I'd rather see you get your points. And I kind of would rather see opponent just do their thing. Chat, sound off. Do we let the Alluring player win? Or do we... I'm more on, like, let the Alluring player win because they're doing way cooler shit than I am. Who has feelings? Good friend opponent. So opponent has shown the kill and still would prefer to concede because they are dead for any kind of prizing. Like, this is the thing. Like, I want to make it clear. I don't think that this is an unspoken, like, thing about... This is not something that should be required of the community. But this is something the community should want to do. Because the thing is that, like, we should want to see each other succeed. So, the reality of the situation is that, like, I'm dead. And I'm 100% cool with opponent just winning this game. Opponent has opted instead that they would prefer to concede because they are dead for prizing. And the reality of the situation is that, like, that's cool. And if this were a league I were playing off stream, if I were just hanging out jamming, I would have already conceded. Straight up. Like, I want people to realize that. Like, this would be a done deal. But opponent knows that we are playing for prizing. And opponent knows that they cannot obtain any prizing of any sort. And so, opponent is being really chill about this, and, like, that is something that we as a community should do. We should support each other. Like, you know, if you're 1-3 going into a match on Magic Online and your opponent says, hey, I'm 4-1, or I'm 4-0, and they somehow got paired into you, like, concede. Appreciated. Thank you, friend. Thank you. So, friend Ken, I appreciate you. Thank you. No, I believe that the Eternal Magic community, it is gatekept enough by the price tag of Magic cards. And like, while that is less true online, that is absolutely the case in paper. And as someone who got into Legacy playing in paper, we should try to be more inviting. We should want other people to sit across from us, whatever that means, right? Like, I was somebody who owned thousands of dollars worth of Magic cards and said, proxy everything. Proxy all of the things. Because I would much rather have an opponent and a friend across the table from me than a collection worth thousands of dollars. I don't care. I've never cared. And I think that the gatekeeping in the Eternal Magic community needs to stop. We can't talk about... The game cannot be decided by how much money you make, by who you know, and by... We should want more people involved. And like, I'm gonna get real for a moment. Please excuse me. We're gonna turn off the music for a second. because I think that this is hugely important. Like, as Eternal Magic players, we need to realize our favorite formats are dying. And Wizards of the Coast is not doing anything to stop that. In fact, truth be told, Wizards of the Coast is making it worse. For those who haven't seen the recent BNR announcement, give me just a moment. I'm going to pull this up, because this was something that came up in our local Discord, and it was, like, very upsetting to me. So, this is something... I'm actually going to pull it up straight from the post I shared to our local Discord, so excuse me if the image quality is not incredible. So, here's the deal. So, I'm going to... So, excuse my local Discord here. So, for those of you who are unaware, this is an excerpt from the most recent ban and restrict announcement directly from Wizards of the Coast. This was from the BNR that came this week. Since the ban of Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer in January, the win rate of Izzet Delver has come down, and the deck now shows appropriate strengths and weaknesses against the other most played archetypes. Reanimator, which for some reason is its own archetype. Control, Resource Denial, Combo, and Aggro are all additional macro archetypes that are seeing success. We continue to keep an eye out for potentially unhealthy or unfair play patterns, but otherwise, natural metagame forces currently look sufficient to handle any short-term shifts in deck popularity. I posted this in our local Discord on the 8th. I screenshotted directly from MTG Goldfish that day. In the last 30 days, Izzet Delver, Blue-Red Delver, has been 22.4% of the metagame. That same day, I looked, and in the last week, it was closer to 30%. Now, we can... If you are a Delver lover, that's fine. I understand. When I first wanted to get into Legacy, it was Treasure Cruise Delver that did it for me. And I understand that. But now that I've been a Legacy player for years, I understand this isn't good. This isn't good for anybody. And beyond not good for anybody, this is bad for innovative new design space. So in this same conversation on Discord, I mentioned cards that have been banned because of a Delver shell. Those cards include Treasure Cruise, Deathrite Shaman, Renin 6, Luris, Oko, and the problem... Oh, and Dreadhorde Arcanist. And the problem is that while some of those cards, just not okay. Primarily Oko, Thief of Crowns, and Treasure Cruise. Deathrite Shaman, Dreadhorde Arcanist, and Luris of the Dream Den are cards that in today's Legacy could be unbanned, if not for the existence of the Delver Shell. And my god, I am, as much as anybody, a fan of preserving Legacy. But how many things need to die for Delver's sake? How many? Because the thing is that in this same conversation in our local Discord, I mentioned, do you know how cool it was when Dreadhorde Arcanist made rhinos at people? That was rad. Do any of you even remember Shardless Bug? When Deathrite Shaman was powering out a turn 2 Shardless Agent that, like, him to Turok you or something? That was so cool. And that deck is rad. And violently unplayable now. And even Renin 6. Like, Renin 6 is the most questionable on this list. and we talk about it some more in our local scene. But even Ren and 6. So personally, my win percentage was through the roof during Ren and 6. The Ren and 6 era of Legacy. And I never once registered a copy of Ren and 6. What I did is I went from playing Death and Taxes and Miracles to pairing Stoneforge Mystic with my true name Nemesis and playing Blue-White Stoneblade. And the deck was incredible. One of the greatest stories. And I'm so sorry. I will never remember this person's name, but they were one of the most fun opponents I've had at Comp REL Magic in my life. But we are at a GP side event at GP Detroit. And my opponent goes, fetch land, go. At this point, we are in post-board games. I know that my opponent is playing Rug Delver featuring Ren and 6. And so I go, okay, fetch land, go. And my opponent goes, second fetch land, go. Now, this is Delver that has made 2 land drops and played 0 spells. And I went, okay, fetch land, go. And my opponent goes, land, go. And then I went, okay, basic island, go. And so then at the end of my opponent's turn 4, they miss their land drop. And I went, okay, end step, fetch. Then they fetch and stifle. In response, I fetch again. They fetch again and stifle my second fetch. With my basic island, I Flusterstorm. Countering all of their fetch lands. All of their stifles. And I get all my lands. And then I go untap Stoneforge Mystic, find Batterskull, go. And at the time, this was a thing that Rug Delver just couldn't beat. Ren and 6 wasn't Oko wasn't a Magic card yet. It was incredible. And it was one of my favorite games of Magic ever. And my opponent and I, literally, after the game was over, just sat and laughed and howled forever. Thanks, friend. I appreciate you. I think I saw on Magic Online your name is Ken, right? Ken, again, thank you. I really appreciate you. Yeah. So, Ken, I'm a huge proponent for Legacy. I've played Legacy since before the Deathrite Shaman ban. I fell in love with Legacy during Treasure Cruise Delver. And then I started building Treasure Cruise Delver, and Treasure Cruise got banned. And I was so out of touch with the format that I didn't even know that Treasure Cruise had been banned as I was putting the deck together. But I saw what Cruise Delver could do, and I was in love. But the reality is that I really think that it is important to the community that we open things up. That, again, we can have games where, again, I was playing this Rug Delver opponent at a GP side event at Comp REL. And I trashed it. Right? My opponent, did the thing that their deck was supposed to do. They were set up to stifle me twice and whatever, and it was, fine. But, I flustered their 2 stifles and untapped and played a Stoneforge Mystic and got a Batterskull that they couldn't beat. And that was great. But, what was even better was at the end of the match, my opponent and I were just, howling at each other, laughing and having such a good time. And we just sat there chatting and just, enjoying the experience together. And the thing is that I think that is what is the biggest draw for me to Eternal Magic. Is that unlike Standard or Pioneer or Modern, which I've played, right? I have played... Even at Comp REL, I have played. And I am absolutely in love with the Legacy community at large. Because the reality is that at the end of the day, these people just love Magic. And they want to play Magic. But the thing that we need to remember as Legacy players, our format's expensive. Legacy cards are expensive. And we need to do our best to invite new players into the format. And so, Ken, I was talking about it, like, Ken, while I greatly appreciate you conceding to me, like, we'll have a chat sometime. Because I don't feel right with it. You won that game. You won that match. Like, pretty handily. And I think that you should be rewarded for doing well. Even if Wizards of the Coast disagrees. So, whisper me sometime on Twitch, reach out to me on Twitter or Discord or wherever you're at. We'll figure something out. But, like, we as a Legacy community need to do better. We need to make sure that our format is welcoming to new people, because the reality is, at the end of the day, our format is expensive and our format is dying. And we need new people. Can I appreciate it? I really do. But at the end of the day, like, I do this for fun. Streaming is not a job for me. Streaming is a hobby. I like playing Magic, and I want to show people that it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. Anybody can do this. Anybody can sit down at their computer any random night of the week and play a league and, like, share their love and experience, their love of the format and their love of the game and their experience with other people. And, like, I'm nobody special, right? Like, I'm not a Pro Tour player. I've never put up those kind of results. I've, like, played through a few 1Ks. I top aided a 3K invitational. And all of that was because, like, I made some decent choices at the time. But at the end of the day, I want people to do what they love. And Ken, it was really cool seeing you get to play Food Chain through a league. And it was great that, like, as much as I got dumpstered, like, it was cool seeing Rug Food Chain, like, do its thing here in an era where everything is busted. Where everything is complete and total nonsense garbage. Seeing Rug Food Chain go, was excellent. So, again, good games, Ken. But, anyway, that's it for me, everyone. I have to work tomorrow. So, I need to wrap it up. But, again, thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate it. I will be back again sometime on Saturday with some Vintage Cube. Please follow me on Twitter if you are interested in Vintage Cube. I will tweet out there when I figure out exactly what time we're going live. If you like what you see here and you want more, in my Twitch description there are links to my YouTube. I post just about every league I play on YouTube, including some not Magic stuff. So if you're, like, into Borderlands, I've recently been playing some Borderlands 3. Please feel free to check that out as well. But there's tons of Magic there too. But that said, you all have a great night. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you again Saturday. Cheers, everyone.